And so, it ended with the crying yapes, the salty tears of poking players, some shit that Kane Blue River said about Justin Wongo motherfucking ass, and the understanding and knowing that because Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 beat out Pokken by about 5 stacks, there will be less Bray Bray hentai in the world. And that is a true travesty. It is a true travesty. Even though it's nothing to go to any random Buru or Rule 34 whatever and go surf for Braxian hentai, because that ain't shit. But seriously, jokes aside, is that I followed this to the end because I wasn't even getting this, and this ain't even one of the things where, you know, it's bookend, like this ain't none of my business. No, I wanted to see where this goes, because as a keeper of history, as someone who is deeply involved in history and everything that has happened around this player choice thing, is that I wanted to follow this thread to its inevitable conclusion. There were some weird stops on the way. It's that when I look at, you know, how it all ended up, the NRS community was like, well, you know what? Fuck this shit. We'll just do our own thing and call it a day. Mike Z had some interesting thoughts about what happened the last time this happened, but then when I read everything he said, it was shit that I had said already, so it's just kind of like, well, that's a game of, it ain't the message but the messenger, but that's the game. ARMS is elite, I guess, because no one voted anymore to put more money in ARMS, so it would stay at $1,337. KI, they got a World Cup or whatever the hell Killer Instinct is doing. I don't pay enough attention to that shit. They got Ultimates now in the game. I'm just sitting up here at this point trying to figure out when the hell you gonna put Joanna Dark or Vela in that motherfucker. I don't know. And when I sit up here and think about that, because I had a random thought like yesterday about Joanna Dark and wonder why she wasn't the character that was in Dead or Alive 4 instead of Nicole 458. But that's another conversation. Nidhogg raised $158. I still question this whole thing. Still question it being as part of this vote in the first place. Super Turbo wasn't going to win, not because they couldn't win or not because nobody wanted to vote for it, because again, as I said in the other video, Super Turbo stands on more grander stages that give the game the respect it deserves, that it's not EVO. I already said that. Windjammers. A game. I don't know if EVO is the best place to showcase what great Windjammers players can do, but it was good that it raised 4 stacks. That's nice. And then came the Snipe War that would make Silent Scope fucking blush. Because I watched that to the end as, you know, as it went back and forth, and it was a nail biter, but Ultimate beat it out. So one more year. I'm going to stop. That sounds really fucking stupid, because it does. Well, not the Marvel part, the whole 1 year thing. Keep the fuck up. Given the current state of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, this is going to be a swan song to watch. Because I happened to peek in at Undefeated last weekend, and watch Ryan LV just, you know, sexually molest people with this video game that the street thought they had figured out. Because that's what the hell that was. From my understanding, from what I heard and what I went back and rewatched just so I can catch up on my history, because I was impressed that he made Chun-Li look viable as fuck. Homeboy been on a motherfucking tear. So the question is that he is the odds-on favorite to win this son of a bitch and close it down and be the final champion. You got people in the streets. You got Sanford Kelly. You got PR Rock. All these niggas talking about we trying to get back in the mix. Like, yo, we went hard for Marvel. We went so hard for Marvel, we made Yipes cry. So, you know, we got to show what the fuck we got. But it's going to be really weird that Marvel going to be on 10 o'clock my time and shit. And it's just like, I'm gonna be up that early, but Marvel don't. You need that hype. You need Marvel in that middle, that little buffer. They need to do something about that. Now that Marvel won. Honestly, what can I say about Pokken that isn't the word Braxian hentai? Is that even how you pronounce the Pokemon's name? I don't care. I just have a whole bunch of Braxian porn on my computer. I don't question this. Something Toko twerk gif. Anywho, I'm like, the attention that I pay this game in my own personal life is I've had a copy of Pokken Tournament for months, but I have yet to turn on my Wii to even play it because I understand something very magical is that the game isn't what it is that I want to play because the version I want to play is in an arcade across the fucking giant ass expanse of the fucking world. So, regardless of my own personal feelings and my wanting of hentai of Pokemon characters, such as I can't even say that because you know what, I can. This is my show. I can say that. Do you know how much porn of Dawn I have on my computer? I'm willing to get on the internet live and say that shit because I don't give a fuck at this point. Well, I never have, but still. It's like, even in a losing effort, EVO folks got out there and said, we'll put 10 stacks in some pots this year. And from my understanding of the River of Tears, them Pokken boys and girls are not feeling that at all. And I don't blame them. I'm like, here is how I'm looking at this because I'm trying my best here in a non-comedic fashion to be sympathetic to someone who lost because it's like when you sit up here and you legitimately think about it, is that this is a completely different story than it was with Melee and Skullgirls. Is that Mike Z had that article that came out when he talked about what could have happened if. I will stand on this live as fuck. It would have changed not a damn thing. Is that I will admit this because it's my job to sit up here and watch those smash fellows and fellas and ladies or whatever you want to label yourself as. Pick a damn label at this fucking point. Is they would have got to where they would gotten it because they've been grinding hard for years. Is that one of these days we gon' man, Uncle Triple gonna sit you down and I'm going to tell you the story of what happened after EVO 2006 because y'all need to hear that. Y'all really need to hear how salty Melee was about how they were treated at that EVO and how that really changed things and how that one donation drive did whatever. But I honestly think that Melee would have got to the same point with or without it. I don't really honestly think that, and I will say that donation drive would have made a motherfucking lick of sense, or a lick of fucking difference, I should say, when it came to Skullgirls' Ultimate Destiny. Skullgirls do his own motherfucking thing, and they smile about it and be proud about it. That's what it is. Being featured on what someone calls an alleged grand stage don't mean shit if you're not gonna grind hard for it. Is that when you think about this situation, I don't want to use the word entitled because I don't think that's the word that I'm looking for when it comes to how the Marvel heads felt about how they had to, and I'm going to use this word instead on it, buy their way into a tournament they should have been in the first fucking place. Is Marvel is a staple. I said that in the last video. That's no bullshit. When there's EVO, there is Marvel. I'm like, some of the hypest moments that have ever come out of EVO have been in Marvel matches. The dumb, retarded, random fucking comeback that can happen in nuts games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel 3, and Ultimate Marvel 3. Because those games at high level play, it ain't over till you dead for real. So it bring a lot of hype, and it's like, again, this thing brought a grown fucking man to fucking tears. So you sit up here and turn around and tell me it don't mean shit. You turn around and tell me it don't mean shit. I watched the run back of Yikes on fucking Twitch breaking down like you could have showed me that video. You could have told me somebody called Yikes and told him his cat got ran the fuck over, and I believe you. But that should show you that how much shit like this means. And it's like, but the question that we now sit with is that is really Skullgirls and Pokken going to be this magnum ass edge case to, if you lose a donation drive hella close, but you get this salty second place prize, what the fuck do you do with it? Because Skullgirls went and did his own thing, and I have none respect for those people who play Skullgirls and they play that game, and Mike Z does what he does with that game, and something indivisible or whatever. But still, it's going to be interesting to see what the future of Pokken Tournament is, because the weird thing is, and like I said earlier in a joking manner, which I'm gonna say now, the only way Pokken Tournament is gonna legitimately matter on a tournament stage is if in the next couple of months Nintendo announced that the Switch version is going to come out and it's going to be on par and equal with the current arcade version. Which I thought the Wii version, but it's like they forgot that damn game existed. Unless Bandai Namco was going to bring out arcade boards from Japan to play the latest meta, but then half the people who would be at the majority of the people at the damn tournament, let's just say that, wouldn't be able to practice on that damn meta because the best they got is some damn Nico videos to fucking watch of the 4 Pokemon and the mini assists you can't even fucking use. Again, game is what the game is. It's going to be interesting to see both of these cases. It's going to be interesting to see, like I said earlier, to really see that if Ryan LV is really what the streets is popping him off as if he is going to be the bookend of this video game's life. And what the fuck is ultimately going to happen with Pokken with this second place thing? I'm going to kind of sort of pretend to watch this with some fervor. Nah. I'll just tune in and just see what the latest dumb motherfucking thing somebody just said, or somebody repeating shit that I fucking said 5 years ago when nobody knew how to fucking listen. But that's another conversation entirely. But to review, no Bray hentai, Yikes cried, shit was said, salty tears, the end. So, with that being said, I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. That is me. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.